Yo, everybody. Welcome back to the Truth Podcast. My name is Neek Robinson. If you guys do not know me, I'm a kid out of Des Moines, Iowa, 20-year-old kid, 20 years young, whatever you want to call it. But today, I'm back with another episode of my podcast called the Truth Podcast. And today, something that I wanted to talk about that has kind of been like all over the news and everything, and has just kind of been on my mind a lot. And, I kind of see it all over the place. And the big, overall message that I wanted to tell everybody is that we as human beings, we need to stop spreading hate, and we need to start spreading more love. I think that as of recently, just with a lot of the things that are going on in our world, people don't understand why certain people do certain things, and just because that they're a little bit different from them, and they automatically spew this hate just all over the timeline that I see. So as of recently, for example, there was this big scandal with Dwight Howard supposedly hooking up with a transgender woman, and also with the immigrants trying to come here from Mexico that happened at the San Diego border. Something that I would see all over my timeline with those two situations was just all this hate, saying that, man, Dwight Howard is the F word, and that he's super gay, and we don't accept him, kick him off the Hawks or whatever team he's playing for in the NBA. And then same thing with the immigrants coming over here from Mexico. They were like, man, this is why Trump needs to build the wall, this is why this needs to happen. And it's dude, are those people really hurting you? Think about it. Let's think about that. Are these people really hurting you in any way, shape, or form with their sexual orientation and with the immigrants trying to come over here to live a better life? Honestly, in my opinion, no. They're not hurting you whatsoever. There is nothing wrong with either one of those situations or anything at all. Honestly, I think that it hurts more to spew out this hate all over for everybody to see versus just letting those people live their lives, man. Seriously, it is so, it appalls me that people do this. I don't know. I think a certain way, and I realize that, but it does genuinely confuse me that people put this out on online for everybody to see. That to me is wow. It's are you thinking before you're posting, or I know that this is your opinion, but it's man, dude, you gotta think before you post a little bit, because something, you could work for an employer that really supports everybody, and in all honesty, nowadays that's a lot of people, and a lot of people don't want to point fingers at people that they don't necessarily like or agree with what they're doing, because that ultimately that breaks business and that ruins businesses. So I think that you have to realize what you're posting out there. I'm not going to tell you to think how I think or anything like that, but it's you have to learn to just love people for who they are. I think that that's the biggest thing is who cares what somebody's sexual orientation is? Who cares what people want, who they want to be with? No, you shouldn't care. Is it you? No, it's not you. So who cares? Move on. It doesn't matter if they play in the NBA. It doesn't matter if they're your family member. It doesn't matter. Let them be happy. Let them do what they have to do. Seriously, it is their life. So let them live. And then also on the flip side of that, with people coming over here from Mexico, it's you guys do not realize the things that these people go through. Like, they are literally coming here to get jobs. They're coming here to do the things that we totally disregard on a daily basis. Like, seriously, I know that there's a lot of people that don't want to go out and get a job just because it's not something that they would like. But these people that are coming over here from Mexico, they want the jobs that we don't want. So it's like, what is it really hurting you? That's my thing, is like, it's honestly not hurting you, anybody, really. Like, okay, you need to get up off your butt if you are thinking that the Mexican population is taking our jobs, or people that are coming over here illegally are taking our jobs. It's like, they're really not, bro. They're taking the jobs that people don't necessarily want, and that's awesome. Like, seriously, they are so hardworking, and they're willing to come in here and do whatever job that is available to them. That's point blank and honest right there for you. Like, seriously, people need to stop pointing fingers at other people, and they just need to start pointing the fingers at themselves. You need to worry about yourself. You need to worry about what's your next move if something happens, because that's the world. Like, honestly, things happen. So if somebody comes in and they take your job from you, regardless if they're from the country or not, it doesn't matter. Like, you have to learn to adjust. Like, you can think about job security all that you want, but honestly, that's how companies work, on the aspect of whoever is going to do the same job for the least amount of money, they're going to take that person. Point blank simple. So, you gotta learn how to adjust with that. That does suck, but it's like, you have to learn. You have to learn just to adjust as a whole, and as a person. And, piggybacking back to the whole Dwight Howard thing, honestly, with that, I think that you have to just totally, like, I don't know, there's so much hate in the LGBTQ community and everything else that I've seen just all over the internet. Like, I saw this video of somebody at this school with a transgender student. I believe it was a transgender female as well, that was using the bathroom, and a bunch of the teachers pried open the door of the bathroom that the student was currently using the bathroom, like, was sitting down and going to the bathroom, and a bunch of administrators or teachers or whatever pry open the door. Like, in what world is that okay? In what world is that okay? Somebody is using the bathroom. Like, they are using the bathroom that they identify themselves in. Let them live. Let them live their lives. Like, seriously, in most cases, like, honestly, the people of the transgender community are not trying to hurt anybody. They are trying to be accepted. So you guys have to get your minds out of the gutter, because there are a lot of people that they don't identify with the person with the sex that was given to them as a child. Like, they just don't identify with that. So, if that makes somebody happy by just being able to be themselves, then who are you to say how somebody needs to be this? They need to be the gender norms, if you will, I guess, that everybody kind of says. That's kind of been how everybody was raised, I guess, between, like, the boy and girl stigma. Like, seriously, you can be whoever you want to be. Honestly, it doesn't matter what people think, and people have to just forget about that. So, as human beings, I think that's something that we need to work on, is just loving each and every person for who they are. That's really all that I have to say, is just, stop worrying about what other people are doing with their lives and start focusing on your own. That's the biggest thing that I can tell anybody to do, is just focus on your own, because honestly, what somebody else is doing is not affecting you in any way. You may think that it's wrong. You may think that it's not right, whatever. It may not be something that you're into, but ultimately it's not you. So if it's not you, then you need to keep it moving. And all you can do is just send love to that person that's going through things that you are not necessarily going through, and just hope for the best for them. That's all that you can do. Like, honestly, like, for the people that are religious, like, say a prayer for them. For the people that aren't, just like give them, like, just let them know that you're supporting them. Like, honestly, like, there's nothing wrong with that, regardless if you support it or not. Like, just let them know that you're thinking of them, and that if they need a person to talk to or a place to go, that they can come to you, and you guys can talk it out. And, you know, if they need a shoulder to cry on, then that's all you can do, is just take in the people that are struggling and going through things that you don't necessarily have to go through. I think that would just help the whole entire human population, just as a whole, if we all just support each other, because really we all are humans. So what's the point in hating on another type of person that isn't, or hating on another person that isn't going through the same things as you and isn't the same person as you? Like, let them live their lives. We're all different. We're all a little bit different in every different way. So we're all our own people. So live your own life. That's all that I really have to say today. And just spread love and not hate. That's all that I have to say today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to today's podcast. It was a little bit of a medium-sized one. I kind of want to keep the solo podcast a little bit shorter. But anyways, that'll be it until next week. I got a new guest coming in next week. I hope you guys will enjoy that. I'm going to not give you guys any teasers about it this week, but and if you guys have not checked out Anthony Arroyo's podcast from last week, definitely go check that out. Anthony is a photographer out of Des Moines, Iowa. Super good friend of mine, and he is doing his thing. So if you guys have some extra time, it's about an hour-long episode. It's my first ever hour-long podcast. But if you guys have some extra time, feel free, sit down, relax, enjoy that morning coffee, whatever, and just sit back and watch his podcast, man. Super dope story, super dope guy. And I hope you guys enjoy the content. If you guys have any suggestions for me with topics that you want to hear on the podcast, definitely hit me up. And just, you guys can comment them down below this video, telling me what you would like to hear on the podcast. And yeah, honestly, also, if you want to, I'm trying to think. If you guys want to be on the podcast as well, just send me a DM, or you guys can write it down below as well. If you guys are really trying to be on the podcast, I would love to have you, regardless of who you are, what you are. Doesn't matter. Like, just hit me up. I would love to have you. Like, with my opinions that I just spewed on this podcast, like, I don't care who you are. I love all people, man. So as long as you are not hating on other human beings, man, I would love to have a conversation with you. So really, that's all that I have to say. My name is Neek Robinson. Thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode of the Truth Podcast, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Be easy, stay blessed, I guess is what kids are saying nowadays. Yeah, stay easy, stay blessed, stay beautiful, stay popping, percolating, all that stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode.
It's better to have real
Peace out.
lives.